Virtual reality is becoming more and more a part of our everyday lives. But do you know all the uses for VR? Well, after today's video you will. We'll be discussing 7 ways you can utilize virtual reality. Let's get started. Automotive. Were you aware that virtual reality has helped grow the automotive industry? It sure has, and let us tell you how. For instance, if you're interested in purchasing a car a few years back, you would have to actually go and physically visit a dealership, which can be a hassle if you don't live by one, or just don't have the time to make the trip. Now with VR, you'll be able to see your dream car in a virtual environment. Not only will you be able to see it, you can customize it too by choosing which style, color, and any add-ons you want. The car will change right before your eyes, so you'll know exactly what you're getting yourself into without ever having to leave the comfort of your home. In fact, Audi is not only offering this virtual showroom experience, they also soon give potential buyers the chance to take their new car out for a virtual test drive. This feature not only helps the buyer but the dealerships as well. Car salesmen will now be able to make commission off users who never have to actually step foot onto their lot, saving both parties time and energy. Another perk of virtual reality within the automotive industry is helping to ensure the safety of your self-driving car. The biggest worry consumers have about these self-driving cars is the potential of an accident. Well, through virtual reality, the probability of a crash is lowered tremendously. How? Your car's software is able to be put through a training program that utilizes VR. Through this program, your car will be confronted with an infinite amount of potential hazards and situations. From deer crossings to being cut off on the highway, your car will learn how and when to stop itself and keep you safe. With the usage of virtual reality, these test drives can go on for thousands and thousands of hours as your car experiences new potential threats to look out for. Hopefully, as virtual reality technology continues to advance, so will these test scenarios, so we can reach a point where the fear of accidents involving self-driving cars will diminish entirely. Healthcare. Virtual reality has surprisingly found its way into the healthcare industry, especially with student doctors. One major way VR has helped these soon-to-be physicians with their practice is by allowing them to perform virtual surgeries on fake patients. It's no secret that in order to be a skilled surgeon, you need hours upon hours of practice, but there may not always be a patient or cadaver available for you to work on. This is where virtual reality comes in. Surgeons are able to get a realistic surgery experience and boost their familiarity with the human body through the virtual reality headset. Tracking technology mirrors their real-life movements onto the screen, so they can work on their steady-handedness as they make incisions. Luckily for them and us, any slip-ups or mistakes won't result in serious injury or death to the patient. This form of virtual reality surgery has proven to be so successful that a Harvard Business Review study has found that those who have used virtual reality have increased their surgical skills by a whopping 230%. Not only is virtual reality helping doctors with their physical skills, but their emotional ones as well. VR gives them a chance to exercise their empathy muscles as they're put in simulations where they have to deal with a variety of different patients. For example, they may use virtual reality to better understand how to communicate better with a patient that may be suffering from dementia, or perhaps someone who's suffering from hearing or vision loss. A lot of times, new doctors will encounter these scenarios in the field, but with virtual reality, they can come prepared before they interact with actual patients. In fact, it has been reported that doctors who've gone through this training have significantly higher bedside manner skills than those who have not. Tourism. You may be wondering, how could tourism and virtual reality possibly be related? Well, let us explain. Not many people are too eager to exchange their annual vacations for a virtual one, and the tourism industry is aware of this. So how could they possibly use virtual reality to their advantage? It's all in the marketing. Think of it this way. If a potential customer is about to go abroad for the first time in their life, they'd want to make sure they knew what they were getting themselves into. And more often than not, some people never truly travel because of this fear. VR helps settle this by allowing the person to get a full 360-degree experience of where they may be going, to help give them an idea of what it will be like. Not only does this help settle any potential nerves, it can also excite the customer and make them feel more eager to book the trip as fast as possible. Many of these tourism virtual reality videos don't even need a headset to be viewed. They're shot on a special camera that captures the full panoramic view of what is going on around it. That way, when they're uploaded to video hosting sites like YouTube or Vimeo, the viewer can simply click and drag around to get a full view of their surroundings. This is perfect for the older generations who may want to travel, but aren't as well versed in virtual reality technology as others. Everyone should be able to have the opportunity to scope out an area before they decide on whether or not they want to book the trip, and with VR tourism, it's now possible. Entertainment. With the COVID-19 pandemic effectively shutting down many businesses in 2020, we had to rethink how we experience some of our favorite luxuries. And if going to the movie theaters was something you enjoyed, it goes without saying that in-home streaming just wasn't the same. Luckily for you, we have virtual reality to save the day. There's nothing like the experience of watching a movie in the theater with your friends, the big screen and the overpriced popcorn. With virtual reality, you can mimic that experience all while staying safe at home and limiting your exposure to any people who may be infected with the virus. Big Screen is a VR software that replicates that movie-going experience for you, which you can download onto your virtual reality device like the PSVR, PlayStation's virtual reality console. But maybe that's not enough for you. Are you a thrill seeker who sometimes wishes they were in the film? VR has got you covered. There are actually virtual reality movies. You are completely immersed in the film's environment and are able to experience the world the characters in the movie are 100%. This takes your movie watching experience up a notch, and it's not for the faint of heart. There are some VR short films available to watch today, like Save Every Breath, the Dunkirk VR experience, The Conjuring 2 VR experience, or The Invisible Man, an original VR short film. Do you think you have what it takes to watch one of these virtual reality movies? Let us know in the comments section below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And while you do that, let's move on to gaming. When one thinks of virtual reality, especially the headsets, they often link it to gaming, and they wouldn't be wrong. Virtual reality has absolutely changed the landscape of the gaming industry for the better. But why is virtual reality so popular amongst gamers? And why are they ditching their consoles for the VR experience? Well, for starters, virtual reality makes the player feel less like, well, a player. Instead, they're a character in the game's universe. Through virtual reality's immersion, they can live out their wildest fantasies, like being a high-tech soldier in the future or a dragon slayer in medieval times. Actually, being there in the world, seeing the bad guys come right up to your face is an experience that a console just can't give you. Not only that, but the interactive aspect of VR gaming blows consoles completely out of the water. With the pandemic, many people flock to gaming to keep some semblance of their social life alive. With virtual reality, you don't just get to chat with players across the globe, you can actually hang out with them in a shared space. You're able to make friends with players who may live thousands of miles away from you, and maintain those connections in ways that simple gaming chat rooms wouldn't be able to sustain. With your newfound virtual reality friends, you're able to up the replayability factor of some of your favorite virtual reality games, because you get to enjoy it with a whole new group of people, not just by yourself. If you use games to take your mind off the day-to-day struggles of the real world, then virtual reality gaming is perfect for you. You truly cannot get a better immersion experience in gaming outside of virtual reality. Sports. Surely virtual reality, a reality that is solely computer-generated, cannot affect the sports industry, right? Wrong. It most definitely is being implemented into many different sports and having phenomenal results. The Dallas Cowboys, New England Patriots, and San Francisco 49ers have begun using VR to help with practices. This way, players do not have to step out onto an actual football field to sharpen their skills. This is also being used by student athletes to help cut down practice times and make more room for their academics. Because universities can cap a student player's practice hours, VR allows them to practice more in a shorter amount of time. Football isn't the only sport that's benefited from using virtual reality practices. Soccer teams have found success with this program and have actually begun using virtual reality on not only their players, but their fans as well. In a match between FC Maribor and HSK Zrinjski Mostar, fans were given virtual reality headsets so they could get a view of the game from areas that were previously inaccessible to them. It's as if they were in the front row without having to pay front row ticket prices. The NBA, the National Basketball Association, may have taken notes from this soccer game because they plan to soon implement VR into the standard basketball viewing experience. They expect it will not only enhance their broadcasts, but also be able to give fans new experiences that they normally wouldn't be able to have without the usage of virtual reality. Some say that virtual reality may even help improve the NBA's officiating during games. What do you think? Would you watch your favorite sports team from a virtual reality headset? Let us know in the comments. Art and design. This one is for our viewers out there who call themselves artists. Have you ever loved a work of art so much that you wanted to live in it? With virtual reality, now you can. With apps like Tiltbrush, you'll be given the opportunity to create paintings that take on a life of their own. And better yet, pass off your headset to a friend or family member and allow them to experience this new world firsthand. Virtual reality is taking art appreciation to the next level. In fact, there are talks of virtual reality-only museums in the works, where patrons would just need a headset and be able to walk through an empty physical space, all the while enjoying works of art on their screen. Perhaps in the future, we won't even need to leave our house to experience a museum, since it will all be there on our virtual reality devices. It's not just creative art that's benefiting from virtual reality. Architecture and other structural designs do as well. With apps like Twinmotion allow the user to build 3D models right before their eyes. This is perfect for professionals in the architectural field, or maybe just a regular person who is designing their dream home. Either way, you'll now be able to witness the final product firsthand before any physical work gets started. You would never be able to do that without the usage of virtual reality. So those are the 7 ways we can use virtual reality in our day-to-day lives. But the question remains, what virtual reality device should you get? Let's quickly go over a few of them, so you can get a better idea of which virtual reality console is the right fit for you. First off, we have the Oculus Quest 2, which ranges from $300 to $500 depending on how much storage you want. The device connects to your phone notifications, pairs with keyboards, and allows you to access virtual meetings, all while being a fairly competent gaming system that allows you to stream directly to your PC. Next up, we have the HP Reverb G2. This model runs for around $475 on Amazon and is perfect for those who want a high-end visual experience. However, if tracking is important to you, this may be the device you pass on, as many users complain that the tracking software could use some work. The Valve Index is our next VR console we have today, and it's sold for $1,140 on Amazon and other retailers. This device gives users a wide range of view, complete full room scaling. It also has knuckle controllers and is known for its great audio. Although this isn't the device for hardcore gamers, since the game selection is pretty lacking. And finally, we have the PlayStation VR, which sells from $250 to $400. It comes with dual move controllers, a PS camera, and a copy of Marvel's Iron Man game. If you love the PlayStation console, then we definitely recommend you check out this VR headset, as Sony has hit it out of the park once again with this device. And that's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed and learned a little bit more about virtual reality. If you like this video, please like, comment, and be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any more content like this. We'll see you next time.